Hi everyone, Nathan here with ATC Cooling and Heating in Eastern Tennessee. Now I get a lot of inquiries from people looking to get into the HVAC field. And today we're going to talk about what it takes to break into a career in HVAC and why HVAC is really a great industry overall. Now first, I need to point out that there are a lot of small businesses that are facing some real legitimate threats from things like big box retailers or from AI taking over, or perhaps they sell a product that's just really sensitive to the economy and how the economy is doing more broadly. But fortunately, HVAC is not really affected by these things. First, you can't mail a heat pump repair in a box. It just doesn't work that way. And next, AI can't do our job as there are simply too many variables, and a good amount of heating and cooling has to happen on site in real time. And lastly, everyone will always need heat or cooling no matter what the state of the economy. So overall, starting a career in HVAC is a pretty solid bet. Now when thinking about HVAC, most people focus on the field jobs, installers and service technicians, for example. But there are a lot of other functions too. My first job in HVAC was in design and sales. I met people in their homes, designed a new system for them, and sold the job. It was a great job and I liked it a lot. But there are other jobs in operations like warehouse management, price book maintenance, installation coordination, office manager, manufacturer's rep, product engineer, marketing professionals, and so on. There are even programmers working to optimize system performance and mechanical engineers who set up plants to build the equipment. But in my business, the contractor side of the equation, I end up hiring a lot of installers and service technicians and office administrators. To that end, here's what I'm looking for. I'll also give you an idea for what you can expect in compensation. Now, I came from a different industry, having spent 10 years in petroleum distribution, another 8 years in plant biotechnology. But the things that make for a good employee are pretty universal. In an interview, I look for candidates to have the following 3 attributes, and in this order. Number 1, and the most important, is attitude. I hire can-do people with positive dispositions. Grumpy people need not apply. Technicians and installers interact with customers a lot, and I need them to give off good vibes and represent the company well. And there's no stirring of the pot acceptable back at the warehouse either. Number 2, aptitude. By definition, installing and servicing equipment is a hands-on sort of job. It's not the kind of thing you do if you like sitting at a desk. Field personnel have to be mechanically inclined. They like working on physical equipment, not spreadsheets, and have a natural aptitude for how machines work. I ask questions like, do you work on your own car? Have you built something yourself? What do you do for fun? And the guy who tells me he's building a classic British roadster in his garage, that guy gets hired. Now number 3, and this is the third one after attitude and aptitude, is experience. Yes, it's important to know something about HVAC too, and occasionally I'll hire somebody without industry experience, but I really prefer hiring people with some education and experience. At most technical colleges, you'll find an HVAC major. Tennessee has a number of associate level colleges like Tennessee College of Applied Technology, or TCAT. They have a program called HVAC/refrigeration. This is a 16-month course that gets you familiar with working on furnaces, heat pumps, air conditioners, and other industry equipment. This is the ground floor for an installer or technician. You start here at ATC as an Install Tech 1, for example. We have 4 levels, with Install Tech 4 as a master installer capable of leading a team and installing sophisticated multi-zone systems, both residential and commercial. For technicians, I really like to see NATE certification. NATE, or North American Technical Excellence, is a nonprofit certification organization for HVACR technicians. They have courses and tests in HVAC basics, including installation and design, service, and so on. A guy with several NATE certifications shows me that he's for real and that he can hit the ground running. Now many people think that an installer and a service technician are interchangeable. They're really not, or at least not very often do I find a guy that is equally good at both. An installer works on new equipment installs ductwork, sets systems up. A technician is usually a terrible duct guy, but can diagnose and repair all sorts of equipment. The technician goes on a search to find the problem that communicates this problem to the customer and performs the repair. It is sometimes a tough job, but also really rewarding each time you get out there and you fix something, especially the tough jobs. Plus, as a technician, you're pretty independent. You're in your own van, you're going to jobs by yourself, you're on your own, call to call. Installers, on the other hand, tend to work in a team. They are adept at figuring out where to run a duct line or a refrigerant line set. They know which air handler matches with which heat pump. They know the system menus of many different kinds of thermostats. They can squeeze into attics and crawl spaces and still make stuff happen. We have service technician levels too, 1 through 4, with 4 being a master technician. Every HVAC company needs both kinds of field staff. Now, before starting either one of those field positions that we just talked about, there are a couple of checks to pass. We require, and most HVAC contractors require, all field personnel to pass these sorts of checks. Number 1, your driving record. Before you are hired as a technician or as an installer, we will require you to have an insurable driving record. Driving a service vehicle, it's a responsibility. The company's name is on the side, and there are thousands of dollars of parts and equipment inside, not to mention the cost of the van itself. A poor driving record with multiple tickets or accidents will earn you a no thanks, and better luck elsewhere. Number 2, background check. Every new employee must complete a criminal background check. Why? Well, a record of theft or worse means I can't hire you. I can't send you to a customer's house. A clean record, though, in the last 10 years, that's a must. And lastly, we require you to, well, pee in a cup. For a drug test, it's impossible to catch everything as some illegal substances are metabolized really quickly, but in the name of due diligence, we do check. A clean screen is a must for working here and at nearly any HVAC company. Lastly, let's talk about compensation. Now, market conditions vary widely by region in different areas of the country, so this will be somewhat generic. But overall, you can expect a service technician to earn a little bit more than an installer. They're in the field by themselves, their job requires considerably more interaction with customers, plus they need to be able to diagnose and repair all brands of equipment, not just the 1 or 2 brands that you may install as an HVAC company. Many technicians also qualify for a commission on their sales. You can make pretty good money as a technician, with many earning $60,000 or more, sometimes a lot more. This is especially true for those who learn how to recommend parts and upgrades to customers as they're needed. Now, entry-level installers can start in about the $45,000 range before overtime. Some businesses also provide installers with a profit-sharing incentive. This is something that ATC does. This incentive adds thousands of dollars to the base pay and is a way for the company to share its success with those who make it possible. At the top end of the installer job tree, that is, beyond the master installer level, is the install foreman. This is the installer who is training new guys, laying out jobs and making sure stuff gets done in a timely manner. They understand duct design. This is a really supervisory sort of role. And accordingly, installers can grow into making just as much money as service technicians. For the right sort of person, HVAC can be a rewarding and a secure job field with excellent compensation. Now, for more information about the field, common positions, leave a comment here or check us out at atcservice.com. Thanks for watching.